I think stay-at-home
really
moms like Kris are like drug dealers like Jay-Z. I'm serious. Kris Jenner and Jay-Z are the same thing. I think if you want to get a good business partner, get a stay-at-home mother who has a rich man who's let her do whatever the hell she want, or a drug dealer. Same skill set. I'm being so serious.
Welcome to Pop Syllabus. I'm your host, Christiana in Backway, Medina. It's the height of summer, and for all the pop culture reality show lovers, the summer season means one thing and one thing only. Love Island is finally back. Every year, without fail, the Love Island franchise manages to dominate our social media feeds and bring up all of our big feelings and opinions. On today's episode, I'm joined by Blue Telusma. Blue is a writer, cultural commentator, and YouTuber whose Love Island analysis is where I go when I want to understand the show on a deeper level. Plus, she's a spiritual/astrology girly who knows how to connect your rising sign to whatever mess you're dealing with right now. Basically, Blue is the perfect Pop Syllabus guest. Blue and I get into our thoughts on how Love Island has evolved, what this season of the show says about society, and then we'll play a fun game based on the latest Pop Syllabus rubric: Pioneers, Builders, and Innovators. Be sure to let us know how you feel in the comments.
By the way, shout out to London, because the London girls next to the American girls are the nicest to me.
No.
I get along with Brits so well. It's really...
Wow, because we've got a reputation for being mean.
Yeah, but I think
stush.
I'm from New England.
Okay.
And so I think what happens is they can tell that I'm clever more so than just being a loud American.
Yeah, I get it.
The Brits appreciate cleverness.
Yeah, we like smart people.
You do. And mind you, not all of you are smart yourself, so that's ironic.
That's fine. That's
you
fine.
remember like a stupid British person?
I'm not going to talk about them
They're
too much.
almost the last to know.
They come for me in the comments. I can't win in... You don't understand. And I'm going to be very careful, but I can't win in any category.
You want to be good cop today? I'll be bad cop.
I'm always bad cop, even when I'm trying to be good cop.
So it's bad cop, worst cop?
We're both bad cop.
Which show is this?
Welcome to Pop Syllabus.
Yay!
No, it's really like, if I say anything about one group, it's just like, you stupid black British bitch talking about African-American culture, you tether. This is why the FBAs need to deport you. They're going to put me on a no-fly list if I have another bad Jay-Z take. And then...
Oh, you were talking about Hove.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Okay, well, let me drink.
I wasn't even talking about, well, people thought I was being disparaging. I was talking about the fact that he has been, I used the word cosplaying, but invoking Basquiat a lot. And then people complain about how I said Basquiat. It was a whole thing. Like,
really?
The Haitians came in my comments.
Jean-Michel Basquiat. How did you say it?
The sac passé came in my comments. Like,
how did you say it? You should say
I said it like Basquiat. I think I said the final consonant, the T, which I know. Good francophones, you drop the final letter. I know that, but it'll be pretentious. And I was in the comments like, I've already come across as pretentious. Yeah. If I do the francophone pronunciation,
say Jean-Michel.
And they were like, no, he's Haitian, you respect his name. I said, you know what, Auntie, you're right. I take it on board.
You know, Auntie, you're right is jokes, but
I was like, you're right. Auntie, you're right. I've learned. But then I get in trouble there, and then the Brits are like, you're representing us. So,
I think for me, I do not subscribe to diaspora wars at all.
Tell me about it.
And it annoys everybody.
In what way?
Like for me, like I'm a Haitian Cuban woman who came to America around like 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. And I'm the friend who is always telling my African-American friends that they do have a culture and they need to stop letting other people make them feel bad about it. And I'm also the one telling my immigrant friends like, hey, we can't be here and talk shit about them.
Oh, I'm with you.
Yeah. And so because I'm always bridging that gap, but I also know what spaces belong to me and which ones don't. Like Juneteenth, right? I'll be like, Juneteenth is amazing. And it's the day that as allies in the diaspora, we clap for African-American brothers and sisters.
No Afrobeats. I don't want to hear any Afrobeats. I want to hear Before I Let Go.
Yeah, because somebody said you're not going to hear Sunshine Anderson at a soca party.
No, you won't.
Can you imagine her at all?
With the whistles and the handkerchief.
And I was like, oh my God, that's a great point. Yeah, so I make sure that it's almost like when you have kids. Every kid has their own party, but they're all part of the same family.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel the same way. I think not even go a step further because I think we'll be aligned. I actually believe that there is a heritage and a lineage that needs to be respected here.
Absolutely.
There's open doors for people like ourselves. And I do think we have to pay homage to it.
But the lack of that, though, the absence of that is why, imagine the middle kid who never feels acknowledged, right? I think a lot of African Americans feel like everyone's quick to come here and emulate them.
Absolutely.
But very slow to clap for them or give them credit or hold space for them without co-opting it.
Yeah.
So I'm very intentional about holding space for everybody without co-opting.
Yeah, when I came to this country, My African-American friends were the ones that put me on game, that showed me the way. And my parents are Pan-Africanists. So they were cousins.
I'm very Pan-African.
Yeah, but well, that's how my parents raised me. So I
Yeah.
wasn't raised with any sense of hierarchical, you're better than... It was just like, we're all cousins. The colonizer has divided us.
Yes, it's a distraction.
It's a distraction from the system.
I'm usually saying that still. I'm like a throwback. Like, no, it's all distraction.
Yeah. So I never had that. But I think because... unfortunately, of how stuff is spanned out online and on the internet. I think if someone can hear, someone sees me and hears me talking, hears me saying something, may think I come from that same perspective of looking down or feeling differently. And I'm just like, no.
The way you move will always tell them that you're different, though.
Well, people don't know you in real life.
No, I'm saying even like the way that you move with the audience. One thing I've recognized is whenever the audience tries to pull me into Diaspora Wars, I'm like, oh, honey, we don't do that here.
Oh, no, I'd say that. I say that.
I can see you doing that. Like,
I'm like,
we don't.
But then I'm also like, you're not going to tell me what to discuss. That's me being Nigerian. I talk about what I want.
I get mistaken for Nigerian so much.
I can see it.
Why?
Because you got that vim. You got that.
Is it the audacity?
You got the ada. You like give eldest daughter, like you telling people what to do.
When my hair is wrapped up, people are like, you look like everybody's auntie. I was like, leave me alone.
Are they calling you Ogechi?
Look, they gave me a name. Is it Chioma?
Chioma. Ibo. You're very Ibo. I get it.
They really renamed me. I dated 4 Nigerian men back to back.
Why?
I think I'm entitled to compensation.
You are, but you're not getting it from me. Who told you to do that?
They did. The men. They look into your eyes and they love bomb you.
You fall for it. But you know what? This is what I will say.
No, they're lovely.
This is what I said. My husband's Dominican, which is like Nigerian, a different font.
Oh, Dominicans, Jamaicans, Nigerians, and Haitians all take turns.
He's Dominican.
Our time.
I'm not saying his other countries of origin, because as I say on this show, when the race war comes, we want options. But the thing about Dominican men, similarly to Nigerian men, have a reputation.
Absolutely.
And I'm just like, it's either you're going to heaven or hell. And you're going to find out midway through the ride.
Yeah. It's a high risk, high reward.
But if he takes you to heaven, you'll love that man. So I think try again with a Nigerian man.
A 5th one?
Yeah, why not?
You are a harbinger of chaos.
No.
Why would you want me to go?
That's what everyone says. Everyone says I'm a
5th one? Okay, you don't care about my well-being.
I do, because let me tell you something. If you meet the right Nigerian man, he'll take care of you. He'll be strict.
Okay.
He'll be very strict.
If I had wings, I could fly. These are okay. What does that mean exactly? the probability, though, is I'm not going to grow wings.
But I'm saying it's like, he'll be strict. His
strict with who?
His mom will love you. But you're strict.
Listen, girl, strict?
Let me tell you this.
This is why people think I'm Nigerian. Strict
no, you want someone strict. If a man can't be strict, he can't stay in your house.
Who is he being strict with? Himself?
You're being strict with each other.
Oh, okay.
Because you both need to be...
That. You saved him. You saved my imaginary husband's life.
You're strict with him, he's strict with... So sometimes he's going to be like, Blue, don't say that. And you'll turn to him and say, don't say that, because your type of person...
I like that.
You understand? So I feel like a Nigerian man will be willing to be strict with you, but he'll also, the right one will be a provider in a way that doesn't attempt to diminish or control you.
That was the issue, is there's nothing sadder in this world than a man who doesn't believe he's worthy of the love that you're trying to give him. And I'm the kind of girl who, because I've always made good money, I don't date men for money.
Yeah.
A Nigerian man, a Haitian man, a Puerto Rican man, a Dominican man, an African-American man, the entire diaspora. Without money, it doesn't matter how much you love him.
Yeah.
You doing so much better than him, it messes with him.
Yeah, so don't do it. Don't date them when they're doing better than them. It's not worth it.
Statistically speaking, baby.
Doesn't matter. You have to go. You're already beyond the...
I would have to just sit on a private jet.
No, we have to change abundance mindset.
No, I have an abundance mindset, but the thing is, it's my abundance. I want you to have your abundance so you're not kind of...
That's what I'm saying. You have an abundance mindset that you're going to attract someone that also has the abundance.
I did recently.
Because there's no charity projects.
But then he was scared of me because he thought I was just too...
No, that's not the right way. You want a man... Yeah. This is why I think he may be Nigerian, because a certain type of Nigerian...
Wait, you're speaking this into my life?
I said may. I didn't say he will be. Okay. Because he will brag on you. Like a certain type of Nigerian man will like, you know the job my wife has?
Yes.
You know, like, you don't know about my wife. You want that man.
Ooh, that sounds sexy.
Which is a trope. Mind you, he's a percentage within a percentage within a percentage. Because all the men are problematic because of the patriarchy.
You choose your poison.
But based on your energy, you definitely need someone from diaspora.
Oh no, I'm so pro-Black that I've tried, even in the industry, because in the industry, there are those of us who are of color who either love being Black and we take it with us, or it's on layaway, and if we're in the right rooms, hello, like we'll be something else very quickly, right?
A little Samba.
Yeah, so I don't want a coon. I don't know if I can say that on the show.
A coon, you can say
I want
coon.
Somebody who's very pro-Black, and so what happens is sometimes...
You don't want an opportunist.
Yeah, no. I want somebody who their Blackness leads them in the way that mine leads me, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of the men that I meet, they're either really pro-Black and broke, or...
You mean Grand Rising text?
Yeah, very Grand Rising as you're headed to unemployment. No shade, no tea. I've dated them. I don't judge them. Or they make good money and we're equals, but they had to sell some of their Blackness off to get the money.
Okay. So what is...
Can he have money and like being Black simultaneously?
Yeah, but you have to go to Africa. And he's going to be strict.
If I go to Africa, I'll come back pregnant.
So
you sound like my mother.
You
sound like my mother.
We need to reproduce, be fruitful, and multiply. So, like, women like you should be having kids.
I have like 4 eggs left. I need someone to crack
I'm not trying to be eugenicist, but I'm like, the good women need to have the babies because the birds are having too many kids.
Yeah, we are in an intellectual decline. We really are.
No, I'm like...
They've quantified this, by the way.
This is what I say all the time. I'm like, I've been meeting people, because my politic is very womanist. I have to be careful. I mean,
I love that you say womanist and not feminist.
Girl,
We're the same person.
I've done the reading.
I love us.
We've done the reading. And I meet women and I'm like, oh my God, you're a bird. But then, which I don't like to say. But then I'm like, you know why you're a bird? Your mother's a bird. But wait, I blame your father. I always blame the man. I always blame the patriarch. But then I'm like, oh, when I'm on TikTok and there's women saying, this is what I need to do for a man, or I want to be a stay-at-home girlfriend. I'm like, these ideologies exist because the matriarchy is not matriarching.
Yeah, it's not. We're losing recipes.
They've gone, right? And so I think if you have an investment in the future, I have 3 children, I feel deeply, I'm a futurist.
Me too.
I think we can imagine greater futures.
Yeah.
And if we imagine these greater futures, and not to be eugenicists, it matters who's having children.
Well, you're saying not to be eugenicists, but you realize that this is a response to white supremacy and they are eugenicists.
Yes.
So it's like, if they're trying to out-baby us.
That's what my husband said. We have 3 kids. And he was just like, they're having more kids. Have you been on Utah
on purpose?
Talk?
They're also not learning how to read, though. There's a literacy thing. It's like they're choosing between reading and having children.
They're not doing the vaccines.
We're reading more. They're making more babies.
Which we need to come to the middle point. So if you went to Africa and came back pregnant, I wouldn't be angry at you. I wouldn't be angry at you.
Would I go to Nigeria or Ghana?
See, I don't believe in diaspora wars. Whichever one you want, I'm not going to say anything.
Which one do you think is my spirit and I won't get in trouble for cussing him out too hard? I'm a gentle soul, but I have very low tolerance for disrespect, but I'm very, very...
Ghanaian men are really, really sweet.
Really good, very sweet.
Really good men. I'm not going to say anything about their height.
Okay.
I'm not going to say...
My daddy's 5'4". I've already fought off some short jeans.
My friend Kwabena is going to be listening. I've got so many close Ghanaian homies. Like,
they're super short.
No, some of them are taller because Kwabena's tall. I think Kwabena's like 6 foot.
So they're sweet and short, and Nigerians are what? Sexy, tall, and demons?
But no, I would say that, but this is the thing I love about Etise, my Ghanaian people, is that I think they've just got a great demeanor about them.
Yeah.
I was raised partially by a Ghanaian. I just love Ghanaian folk. So I have nothing bad to say about Ghanaians.
You prefer that jollof, don't you?
We're not getting into that. We're not going to talk about it. But I'm just saying it just depends what type of rhythm you prefer. Like Nigeria is a chaos, but you're on an adventure. It's a great ride.
I'm a ride myself, so this is great. We could be Six Flags.
Yeah, well,
you a ride, I'm a ride.
It's gonna be more. It's gonna be more than Six Flags.
Okay, you know what? Let me tell you something. My father is Cuban. I feel like there's already some foolishness in my bloodline.
Well, yeah, the Yoruba is strong in Cuba, so
it's very strong. In fact, like I'm a little psychic. In my little psychic, I pay off significant bills doing readings. Like I do readings for people in the industry.
Okay.
And it's so crazy. I went to a Haitian priestess and I said, hey, people have been telling me my entire life that I have this gift.
Yeah.
I've started getting paid for it. I want to tap into my Haitian heritage. She said, baby, where else are you from? I said, excuse me? She said, your entire lineage is Catholic. Where else are you from? I said, Cuba. She said, all your magic is on your Cuban side. You hear Haiti, you think voodoo, you think whatever. There's no magic on my head.
The Santeria is strong over there.
The Santeria is loud in me. I even have a little dot on my forehead.
Syncretism is just like, it's there. So I don't know. I just say it just depends. And then there's East African men, the South African men.
The East African men, I feel are more loyal to their own.
By the way, I'm not endorsing any men. I'm just saying if you
I need a husband. What do you mean? Endorse somebody, friend.
I can't. If you endorse a man, they will embarrass you.
A Southern black man is my wild card.
Excellent choice. I always thought
I love Southern black men.
I said this to one of my friends, Shadra, who's like a genius. She actually curated the Basquiat exhibition at the Guggenheim.
Oh my God,
she's my favorite Black American princess. a BAP.
We love a BAP.
We love a BAP. And I was like, you know what? If I had married Lewis, I always thought I'd marry a Black American guy from the South. That's what I kept saying to her. But yeah, that's another girl. But
Southern Black men are sexy, and sinners didn't help.
So you can just go to Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi. You don't have to go all the way to Africa.
Well, here's the thing. Louisiana, that means I might be tapping back into my bloodline. Because a lot of people don't realize this. Another reason why I don't play Diaspora Wars, and this might be controversial, but brave.
Okay, go for it.
So after the Haitian Revolution, and when America and France decided to make us pay reparations for our freedom, which is bizarre, 10,000 Haitians flew to Louisiana. 10,000 fled to Louisiana. At the time, there were only 10,000 people in Louisiana. We doubled the population. So a lot of that magic, like that bon ton roulé, like all that flavor, is the Haitian blood that fled from Haiti to Louisiana. So when I go to Louisiana, I feel like I am actually tapping into my roots. Yeah. So that's how you got Creole. That's how you got Beyonce, by the way. A bunch of Haitians mixing with white folks and Black Americans, and we made Creoles.
I'm not wading into this because I need to survive another week on the internet.
Oh no, they can Google it. I didn't make this up. It's history. We don't get to debate about what happened. It's literally history.
It's happened.
It literally already happened about 200, 300, 400 years ago.
Okay, so we got Louisiana as an option.
But I probably end up with like a magical Negro.
What about Essence Fest? Essence Fest next year.
Ooh, go to Essence Fest and find me. I want a husband before next year, though. Let me tell you something about me right now.
Okay.
What
are we calling in? Tell me what we're calling in.
I'm calling in partnership, not companionship. Because I attract companionship very easily. Okay. Like, men are curious about me because I'm a rare bird. Like, they're like, oh, you like yourself more than I thought you were supposed to. Tell me more, right? So men are curious about me. Partnership means somebody who actually is not intimidated by your light and wants to feed it and build with it, right? And so I think a lot of the men that I've dated have been great companions, but they've been horrible partners. They're great for killing time, but they're not thinking about building something. And also, too, there are some men who, how do I say this nicely?
You don't have to say it nicely.
They call you big money. Oof. And that's very much of a turnoff because it means I'm a hybrid. So I'm old school and new school. I think a lot of women in my age bracket are hybrids. We're like over 35 teenagers. So I want someone who I can have fun with and be progressive with. But not everything our grandparents gave us was bad. I don't mind you taking out the trash. I don't mind letting you lead sometimes. If you're good at it, if you know where we're going, sure, you can lead. I don't care. Yeah. Like, I don't mind us tapping in. Even the old saying, happy wife, happy life. I believe happy spouse, happy house. Ooh. Because when a man is deregulated, the woman pays for it. It behooves me, right? That you be okay so I can be okay.
You're going to be a great wife. You're going to be a great wife. You get it. But
I get it.
I have one pushback.
What's the pushback? I love pushback.
Why the binary? Why doesn't it companionship or partnership? What is the model where you integrate both?
Well, for me, companionship is a lower tier of partnership, right? Because a dog can be a companion. A companion means...
Not for me. I know. Not for me.
Nigerians do not like that, by the way.
I'm fine with it, but a dog can't be my companion.
But I'm saying companion is something that you don't actually need an equal for.
Well, that's... For me, I have.
Yeah, so a companion is literally to accompany you, right? So it's someone who's there to keep you company. It's to stop you from being alone. Yeah. Partnership, when you think about partnership, we literally need to be equally yoked because we're building. It's the building piece that's missing from companionship. Because I have a lot of great companions who, we had a great time until it was time to build life.
Yeah. Well, do you know what I will say? I think that marriage, like,
that's the ultimate partnership. Hello.
Yeah, but
you're a corporation at that point.
Yeah, well, see, that's the American capitalism in you. Partnership, all of this joint venture.
If you take away money and just think about partner. Partner means equal.
The thing is, no, partnership doesn't mean equality.
Really?
No, I don't.
What kind of partnerships are you entering?
I think there's lots of you look at partnership agreements and somebody may have a business world, 60% stake, 40% credits. I don't think partnership necessarily means equality at all time. It can, ideally, it's egalitarian, but just like...
There's an ebb and flow that happens naturally in all relationships.
Yeah, and I think that marriage, much like friendship, or any relationship in life, exists at different frequencies. And there are moments in a marriage or in a day where companionship is enough. When it's just like coming to that moment of rest. And you're like...
That's the ebb.
Let's be still and recognize each other's energy.
So partnership can go down to companionship and then flow back to partnership and then do that dance. But companionship gets stuck there for a while.
My thing about partnership, and maybe this, because like I'm already like legally bonded to you when I sign this marriage certificate, right?
You're talking about, man, I'm just trying to get a third date. But okay, go ahead.
No, but I'm saying the thing about partnership, and this is a partnership underneath the freaking patriarchy, is that often the woman's desires, needs, wants, highest hopes are subsumed in the midst of that partnership. So I think there's an element for me, because some women want that, and that's good for you. Yeah, but there's a part of And a partnership or a marriage is actually very singular. My friend's husband made her write this thing, and I actually really respected him. He was like, I want you to write down everything that you want to accomplish inside this marriage outside of me, and it cannot have anything to do with our children or accomplishments that you can do, like buying another house. She was like, what do you want to do for yourself?
He's respecting her autonomy.
And he was like, hold yourself accountable to those goals. Because he was like, there's stuff I want to do for myself that is outside of you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get, and a lot of men do this, I'm going to get it whether you like it or not. And so I think the idea of partnership in the abstract is beautiful and it's ideal and it can work. But I think in the lived out reality of it, in just how the world treats women in the workplace, sometimes a woman having children, the partnership often becomes about a household in support of a man's career.
I think that's true unless you're someone like me who we wouldn't even get married if you move like that.
Yeah. But you know what? I agree. I agree.
Like somebody who moves like that.
Yeah.
Because you have to think about it, right? I started off working in emotional intelligence. And so because I've been working in emotional intelligence for 20 plus years, EQ kind of responds to those before we even get too far. Perfect example is autonomy is super important. My friends know me, they can't guilt me. And if you try to guilt me, I'm going to say no even faster. There's a thing called FOG, right? In the EQ world, fear, obligation, or guilt. If I'm doing something and you're trying to get me to do it because of fear, obligation, or guilt, it's an automatic no. It's like driving a car. You can't drive through the fog because you can't see clearly. So your choices are compromised. I say no to anything that involves me making compromised choices. And so anybody who's brave enough to want to marry me already knows that's how I move, already knows there's a time of the day. My mother, and this, not to make this a little bit heavier, my mother was diagnosed with kidney failure. I'm her only child. My father has 8 kids, but I'm my mother's only child. I said, Mommy, I'm going to be here for you every day except for Sunday. Sunday is the day that I find my own joy and feed myself. You're thinking my mother's fighting for her life. I should be by her 24/7. No, I understood that I couldn't pour from an empty cup. And even with something as scary as potentially losing my mother, I still gave myself a selfish day of the week where it was still about me, right? And that's the most important person in my life. Everybody I know gives me permission to be selfish in a healthy way.
Yeah, it sounds like beautiful boundaries to me.
It's boundaries because here's the thing too. Her not doing that is why she got kidney failure. This is something Black women don't understand. Women who put themselves last become sick, their cortisol levels spike, right? They get hypertension. And for me, it's hereditary, but they get hypertension, they get diabetes. It eats away.
Fibroids.
Amen. It eats away at their bodies. And the next thing you know, it eats away at their kidneys. Her kidney failure was because she wasn't selfish. So her actually being on dialysis made me more selfish in a healthy way. Because I was like, I know exactly what this looks like 35 years in the future.
Yeah, I had that moment this year. Lost a close friend of mine very early in the year. Young Black woman, beautiful, Danny. You know, people listening at home know Danny, just brilliant woman. And it's interesting the way her death, and I'm still working my way through it emotionally. But the conversations, Danny had this beautiful village of women, Black women. And some of us knew each other kind of before she died. You know, it's like a mutual.
She was the connective tissue.
She was a connective tissue. She was the bridge, such a bridge, because that was her personality. And after her passing and the suddenness of it and how young she was and so much, you know, how much she had still left to do. Because we always talk about like, you know, in 30s is kind of just horseplay.
It's figuring it out.
40s is like the legacy building.
It's go time, yeah.
Because I kept saying, I was like, God forbid something had happened to Beyonce at 36. We wouldn't have had Renaissance and cowboy car.
I feel like you can't even say that out loud. Oh my God.
No,
my brain just exploded.
But it's just the idea of that, like seeing Beyonce being like this avatar of somebody who's had so many reinventions and so many growth shows you that there's a whole different path up.
And coming into her power in her 40s.
Power and just solid in it.
Yeah.
So me and my friends were just like, oh yeah, 40s, God willing, is that like that legacy building work. But I definitely, her passing was a moment where I was like, okay, maybe it's time to do things a bit differently. And she was a gift in life. She taught me so many lessons in life, but the way she transitioned and the way it brought people together and the conversation we're having was that moment of like, okay, you got to be a bit selfish sometimes. You got to be a bit selfish. But again, as Black women, women underneath the capitalism.
Yep.
The capitalism of it all makes it hard.
It's not just the capitalism, it's also the misogynoir too, right? Because I'm always, this is so weird of me. I am tickled by walking into a room and knowing what people assume about me versus the real me. And I love watching them figure out I'm not what they thought, right? Because
unravels. They're like, oh wait,
And when you're a Black woman trying to date and you are a racially unambiguous Black woman, they assume you're going to be a mammy. If you're a Black woman who makes money, they assume that you're going to be one of those people who tries to pay your way into men's hearts. If you're a Black woman who's opinionated, they're going to assume that you're secretly lonely. Like there's all these assumptions about how Black women who are in a space of excellence are cosplaying as men, but low key, they wish they were trad wives or whatever, right? Baby, whatever you see is what you're gonna like. I had an ex one time. He was like, "So you're really like this?" We were 6 months into the relationship.
I've had moments like that. Yeah, people are like, "Oh,
so this is not an act." I was like, "No, I'm popping, right? This is fun." And he was like, "Oh my God!" And so there's nothing more powerful than a Black woman who has confronted her ugly in herself, so that nobody's telling her about herself.
Yeah.
She's like made peace with it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of women are too busy trying to look strong. Being a strong Black woman has killed us. They've done so many studies of how even when you go to the doctor, doctors see us as stronger than other women. They don't give us the same kind of compassionate care.
That's why I might cry.
Oh, I'm a damsel. Kim, I know we can't swear, but I'm an effing daffodil. Okay,
We can swear.
Okay,
We can
I'm
swear.
a fucking daffodil. Okay, I tell my friends all the time. I know I look strong. Help me. Don't offer me no kind of support. I will say yes. They're like, Blue, let's finish. No, I want it. Yes. What you got?
But that's what actually I love that you brought up, like dating and existing as an unambiguous woman, Black woman in the world.
And you tell them you're Afro-Latino, they're like, "Oh, I thought you were Black." What part of me is not Black, dummy?
I know.
You mental giant. You're looking at me. You don't think I'm Black?
That is like Pop Syllabus 103. Actually, the Pop Syllabus
What part of me is not
audience
Black?
of it, they peep game. They're very, whatever their background, the Pop Syllabus audience,
I know Black.
they know.
Go ahead.
No, don't say that. My husband's gonna be like, don't.
My siblings are Cuban. I mean, I'm sorry, are Dominican and Cuban.
Yeah, they're like, he's like, I don't like that. I know Black, I Dominican thing, because he's very.
I love that you found you a pro-Black Dominican. Aren't they the best?
And he's also ethnically ambiguous and ticks Black on the forms.
I love it. He's a rebel rouser.
He is. He's like, I was like, oh, you're taking down the system from the inside.
My friend
out.
Rosa Acosta, shout out to her. She's Dominican. Here's the thing, because I'm the Black sheep for my father, so he had a wife and they had 6 Dominican kids, and I'm the Haitian Black sheep, and our father's Cuban. Whenever I hear a Dominican person, I'm like, oh, I feel like my siblings are coming home, right? So when I meet a pro-Black Dominican,
he is.
I get so
He celebrates
giddy.
the other independence. He doesn't celebrate the independence where they kind of join space. He's very,
You found you a good one. I'm proud of you.
He makes me look like a Republican.
No.
He's like that.
My friend Rosa Acosta, she is a model, a vixen, legendary video girl. She's the most pro-Black Dominican I know.
I love it. They're out there. It's just that, again, there is this kind of, not warped media perception, but the loudest noise, right?
The vocal minority.
The vocal minority comes from the group, but like the people
But I think being around rappers made her very pro-Black though.
Really?
I think when you're a woman who is more ambiguous and you're pro-Black and you're in spaces of Black men who believe in a hierarchy that you know better than, it radicalizes you to be more of a womanist and more pro-Black because you're hearing things from them that women who look like me are not hearing because they're gaslighting us.
Yeah.
So I love that too. Even when I'm around white people and they think that, oh, you're they used to call me Blue Bomber at my old job.
What does that mean?
It was around 2008 and I had a job and I was the Black girl who could like speak to all the different departments and the VPs. Yeah. You're so articulate. And Barack Obama was about to become president. So they started calling me...
it was post-racial.
They started calling me Blue Bomber as a compliment.
Oh,
because you're one of the good Blacks.
Yeah, okay.
And the girl named Keisha who started 2 years before me, I was her boss, even though she was better suited for the job.
Okay.
It was one of those kind of situations. And so I think a lot of times, even with educationally, if they think that you are a well-spoken, well-educated Black person,
palatable, they
think you're like the Carlton Banks. And they say things about Black people around you thinking that you're different.
But you have to be like, I mean, I'm always the person that like...
I take notes. I let them cook and then I take notes.
I shut it down. But I love that you're bringing this up because I love how you deconstruct reality TV, especially Love Island, because you use this lens. Yeah. You talk about ethnic ambiguity.
It's brave.
You talk about being monoracial. You talk about like sexual hierarchical color politics. And I don't think the comments are
on Love Island.
On Love Island, but it is happening. I know you don't like this season, and I want to talk about that before we go into the game because we've got a game today.
Oh,
but, yeah, we've got a game. You're going to like this game. But you know, give me your Love Island summary. If you had to give it like a thesis text of Love Island, because there's people that still don't watch it. And I'm trying to get the Pop Syllabus crowd to get into it because they understand Housewives and the sociology of it. They've completely bought into it. Love Island, I think, is still the show that for the real pop culture fanatics who like to make it more highbrow, they're still not convinced yet. Give us the thesis text of why Love Island is a show that you want to watch to understand America, dating, and love.
I think Love Island internationally is a snapshot. It's like a litmus of what the dating norms and dysfunctions are in whatever region they're in, right? So when we watch Love Island UK, I very quickly realized how Black women are plotted on that hierarchy, and that was heartbreaking. And when you watch Love Island America, it gives you a snapshot, like a really, really clear and accurate, unfortunately, snapshot of how people are mating, what the desirability hierarchies are, and what the coping skills are and aren't. And it shows you where we're declining and where we're doing better. So if you're someone who's, let's say, over 35, and you want to know what the kids are up to, and are the kids okay? The answer is no, they're not okay. If you want to know if the kids are all right, you watch Love Island almost as a way to peek in and see, oh, okay. It's like a temperature check.
Yeah.
And so for me, I watch Love Island because I want to know, how are people doing in this world right now, people who are removed from me because we're a different age bracket or a different social bracket. And what makes me sad is Love Island America this season has told me, we were worried about the boys. We were worried about the male loneliness crisis. We were worried about the incels, the red pills. I think we took our eye at the ball and we didn't realize what was happening to the girls. Misandry.
Get into that.
Yeah, the girls have, here's the thing. Whenever every generation thinks that the generation before them are stupid and out of date and out of touch, right? When we were younger, we thought that our parents were dummies. Now Gen Z and Alpha think we stupid.
They're the millennial pause. They're like, you can't even make a video.
Right, like, can I think? Can I gather a thought?
Can I wait?
Better yet, can you write your name in cursive? Oh, okay, I'll wait. But there's always this thing that happens. So we understand that, right? But social media tends to create these echo chambers where things that are normal parts of human nature get exaggerated. So what could have just been a fun little, oh, shut up, grandma. Everything now has become 10 times worse. And people are lonely. And people who don't have power, guess what's the cheapest junk food a facsimile for power? Rage. Disempowered people love to get mad because it's the only time they feel powerful. So when you put in desirability politics, you put in all these ethnic groups that are usually in silos, all being put in one place, and you have to pick who's more desirable than the other. Then you have young people who are lonely and have no real power. So rage is how they have Twitter fingers and feel like they are somebody. It's the perfect like clusterfuck of being able to see what state is the country in right now.
Can I add something else to that? I think especially for this generation that is on this current season, I think a lot of people forget that they experience pivotal emotions in COVID.
Yeah.
So they didn't get to have a high school graduation.
They're stunted and it shows.
I mean, COVID was a mass traumatizing event.
For adults, let alone children.
So not even to otherize them, but like, my god sister Emily, she's probably listening. She was just like, like I didn't get my high school graduation, didn't get to say goodbye. And then she's like, then my first year at college is on Zoom. You know what I mean? So there's like these, and so they're also trying to reclaim time, and those crucial coming of age moments didn't happen in the way we expect. And then the world kind of just went back to it and it's like, oh, everything's normal now. So I don't think they've necessarily reckoned with COVID, but watching this season, the thing I can't stop looking at, and I don't like to speak about women's bodies in this way, I'm like, everyone is tiny. Everyone is tiny. And I'm like, it feels very 90s.
Well, conservatism tends to usher that in.
Yeah, of course.
Whenever it's conservative politically in a country, people tend to have this thing about being hyper fixated on the proximity to whiteness. And whenever we have a liberal time, people become more open to marginalized groups. And so if you ever want to track body positivity, by the way, I'm not a body positivity girl.
No, I'm body neutrality.
I'm very body neutral. Because mean big girls exist and I need to be able to say that. Yes. There are mean people, because this thing there are mean, there's some girls I don't like, but because we both big, y'all think we need to be friends. That's not how that works. I'm body neutral, okay? Are you a good person?
No, I'm body neutral towards my body.
No, I'm body neutral towards everybody.
I don't care about
I'm not thinking you're a good girl just because you look like me, because
No.
I've had my heart broken that way. I used to be a part of I used to be a plus size model.
That's a shallow, I mean, you're beautiful.
them girls were mean to me, okay? It was
because they're still girls.
They were still girls.
They were still women.
Big, skinny, medium.
It don't matter.
If you a mean bitch, it don't matter. So for me, I've learned to be body neutral. Because when I make friends based on their hearts, it makes strange bedfellows. There are some friends that I have who look like absolute supermodels, and I'm having to give them pep talks about feeling better about themselves. I'm like, girl, I'm in an 18, 20. You a 2.5. Why is you crying? Yeah, you right. So you can never assume how much somebody likes themselves based on what they look like. And what's interesting about Love Island is I think we saw Red Pill, we saw the Kevin Samuels, we saw that era of young boys being led astray and being told that women were the issue rather than misogyny. Because these boys were buckling under misogyny, which was built by men, but while being told to blame the women. Now the girls seeing this now, they're in this era of they're listening to Meg Thee Stallion and Sexy Red and everything. And I understand counterbalance makes sense.
And there's some of the sprinkle in there too.
Some sprinkle. But it went from women's empowerment to can we be just as toxic as the men? Like it didn't go from course correction. It went straight to just mimicking the problem.
Well, that's why we need a matriarchy. Because the problem with the patriarchy is that
where's your auntie?
You think equality is emulating male power, male systems, and male
dysfunction.
Exactly.
I do not want to. There's nothing equal about sucking as much as the boys.
I think we're better than men. I don't want to be like them.
We're acting just like them, and I don't like it here.
I don't want to be like them.
Do you know how bad I feel that Love Island has me defending men on a regular basis?
That's why
I hate it here.
Wait, are you defending KC and Sincere?
I'm defending not ever being okay with verbal abuse and making excuses for verbal abuse to be okay.
But we saw that last season with Huda. Like there were shades of that. When we were like, what type of behavior are we allowing?
Shades, it was a whole crayon box.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to be careful.
Oh, I'm not trying to be careful.
Last year was like the canary in the coal mine.
But here's the thing that was interesting, and this is where the phone calls coming from inside the house. Last year, someone said my comments while I was getting hate watched. They're hate watching me into a whole new tax bracket. It's the funniest thing. Somebody was hate watching me this year, and they're like, last year you had the best takes. You kept on going viral because you had the best takes. This year you have the worst takes. Mind you, my takes haven't changed. What changed is I went from calling out misandry, dangerous rhetoric, verbal abuse in a Persian woman, and I started doing it to Black women. So it's not that I changed my framework. You just don't like that it's your turn now.
And it's so hard because
Black women have to be able to hold other Black women accountable.
Well, and this is something I think about a lot because I realize that there are so many conversations, and the more I've been in this podcasting game, I'm like, oh, you guys want this to be in-group conversations that do never enter the public discourse. But if it doesn't enter the public discourse, we can't learn, we can't unlearn, we can't heal, right? And so what they are saying to you is it's a betrayal for you to hold your fellow Black women accountable in public.
Even though she's causing harm in public.
No, but that is what it is. That is what it is. And it's something I have to grapple with and reckon with. But
we asked men to do that. See, here's what the hypocrisy. This is what me being autistic comes in.
No, I don't think we asked men to do it at all.
No, I'm saying the women that who used to clap for me, who now sometimes get mad at me, I used to tell men all the time, you can't rely on your smart homegirl calling men out on misogyny. I need other men to call out other men or they're complicit. As a collective, for about a decade now, we've been calling men complicit for not calling out bad behavior, publicly, privately, anyway, from bad men, right? So now when it's a woman's turn to call bad behavior in a woman, we're telling her to hush the same way dudes were when they were calling brothers simps. How are you not seeing that you're doing the same thing?
We support women's rights and women's wrongs.
I don't. I support no one's wrongs. You know why?
Because, do you know what? Because
you know why? It's internalized misogyny.
No, it's not that. So this is my only counter to it, is that it's reactive abuse.
Yes.
Reactive abuse
when
is very
abuse has happened.
It's very different from abuse.
Yes.
And the girl, and I'm not going to use the Love Island.
Island, there was no reactive abuse.
No, Love Island is terrible.
There was abuse.
This is abuse
for the sake of abuse.
This is abuse with a capital A.
By the way, I'm the one who's always championing for reactive abuse. Yeah. Had it been that, I would have had a different reaction.
Saying some of because there's also a lane in the online world of women who have built followings off of calling out women, right?
That's different.
No, but you know what I mean? And so
like being a pick-me or?
Not even a pick-me. There is and it's even
Give me an example. Because the ones I know are only pick-me. So
I see it on TikTok a lot. These are women who I think politically, they're kind of libertarian.
Do they call it everybody and they just happen to include men and women, or is it only women that they call out?
I think they focus on women because their audience are women, right?
Oh.
And there's one woman I actually like to follow her. I can't remember her name. And she talks a lot about emotional regulation in women and being very clear-minded about when you make decisions and when you have your reactions. But sometimes it veers into, I'm not going to say right-wing talking points, but it can be not pull yourself up the bootstrap, but there is a way we can deconstruct women in pop culture where it's a bit like we're not realizing that they are reacting to more systemic forces.
Is she acknowledging systems first?
Sometimes. And I think that's the weird thing we're in. And so sometimes it's like, how do we ground... It's
given covert pick-me, but go ahead.
Yeah, but how do we ground this analysis in the fact that these women are responding to systemic forces? And because I think, especially with Black women and Black men, our relationships are so fraught. And they're fraught familially, they're fraught in a romantic context. And I'm interested to see how this Love Island thing plays out. Because some of the thing is that the tensions they're having, I'm seeing it more like, and not to be incestuous, I'm like, this is almost a sibling thing going on, brother and sister.
But it's also an ego tantrum. And that's the thing too, because I've been working in the field of emotional intelligence for 20 plus years now, and I have so many clients, like I talked about 450 plus clients a year. And that's why I don't sleep, child. And one of the things I've learned to keenly recognize is the difference between a broken heart and a bruised ego. Ego tantrums and broken hearts from a distance to a layperson look the same. They don't look the same to me at all. And I think what happened is I watched Love Island and I kept on seeing ego tantrums being treated as a broken heart. And as an EQ coach, forget gender. I would have called BS on anybody, whether it was a Nair, KC, or Huda, right? And I think there are some people who, and this is not a gender thing, it's a generational thing. I think when you grow up during the COVID era, while you are also beholden to an algorithm that only feeds you an echo chamber of people who think like you, and then you think the whole world thinks like you. Anything that is inconvenient, you have built no ability to digest that.
No resistance,
At all. So any kind of inconvenient truth immediately causes cognitive dissonance. That is a dumbing down of that generation. And so for me...
Well, I think millennials are the same. That's where I'm going to interrupt you.
No, millennials can be the same, but they're not on Love Island though. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Love Island. Right. So on Love Island, when I'm watching these young people whose frontal lobes have not fully congealed, which means there's still time to save them, and they're saying things that make them sound as bad as the men that they once feared. That's not the answer either. The answer is, I get to suck as bad as you. That's not the answer. The answer is we both need to heal.
So what is it? This is so hard because every time I have a guest on, I'm like, because I have these brilliant people like yourself, Blue. I'm always like, what's the solution? Because I always know, it's systemic.
There's a solution, by the
but
way.
What's the individual thing? Because there's probably a girl listening to this who may see herself in those women in Love Island, right? And so it's like, what's the inner work I need to do that's not how I am approaching not just romance, the world? Because I think that type of behavior also slips into every arena in your life.
The first thing I tell people is just because something is relatable doesn't mean it's right. Normalized dysfunction is still dysfunction. The number one issue and the number one opportunity, because issues are opportunities, in Love Island is people tend to cape for whoever's mess they relate to the most. Well, I'm up here just calling out all the mess. It's all messy. I don't care that it's the kind of mess that it's all mess, right? So I think the first trap is stop thinking something being relatable makes it right. Just because you relate with Anaya, KC, whoever else, doesn't mean what they're doing is right, though. It just means it's a normalized dysfunction. Second thing is, what systems are at play? Because if you don't acknowledge the systems first, I actually don't want to hear anything you have to say, right? Even when I'm critiquing, I'm acknowledging systems. You're a racially unambiguous Black woman who is color-struck, who has said that every woman's wet dream is the tall, light-skinned guy with the green eyes. There's already some internal work right there before you even met KC, before you even met another person, right? So if we can't acknowledge the systems first, everything else is going to be performative. The third thing is you can't weaponize mental health when it's time to be held accountable. There are people in this world where the minute you hold them accountable, they throw out a mental health buzzword. And my response is yes, and. That thing you said is true, and now what? Were you hurt? Were you disrespected? Or did you just lose and become embarrassed? A lot of times we think we've been disrespected just because we haven't won and we're embarrassed. That word has been misused a lot. Not everything that is inconvenient is disrespectful. Because I have homegirls who try to socialize with me and they'll be like, oh, that guy that you broke up with, he's a horrible person. He doesn't know how amazing you are. I hate that speech, by the way. Good men are not compatible with me too. Why do you have to tell homegirls that every man that doesn't work with you is the worst man to ever live?
Some things just don't work.
He could be a beautiful human who's just not my human.
Not aligned.
And that's the toxic, as women, that's the kind of toxic femininity, toxic positivity conversations that we have. I've told all my homegirls, please don't talk ish about the men that I'm dating just because we don't work out. If he's a bad person, let's talk about him being a bad person. But him simply not wanting me alone does not immediately make him a bad person. Love Island is the perfect example of that. The man's greatest sin at one point, because they hadn't seen the footage yet, was simply that he didn't choose her. You would have thought he slapped her grandma, right? We can't be that emotionally fragile because guess who acts like that already? Incels.
Men.
What group of people act as if simply rejecting them means they get to be abusive, scream at you, call you names, gang up on you, and never let you have a moment of peace? Incels.
But also it's them seeing...
I'm watching women act like the worst of men.
But it's because also you've broken it down so beautifully, talking about like light-skinned guy and green eyes.
When she said that, I said, oh, honey.
But also it's this, women behave like that even like giving you counsel when you've broken up or how the Love Island politics are playing out because they feel like the men are scarce.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because the men kind of are scarce.
No, they are scarce.
You mentioned earlier,
statistically
you mentioned the data.
Scarce. Yeah.
So that scarcity shapes so much of this conflict. It becomes heightened in a way. The rejection does feel personal. He has to be an idiot.
You're still describing incels, by the way. Everything you're saying is part and
No,
parcel.
I have a lot of compassion for incels.
Well, I don't have compassion for them. I'm just saying, I don't want my homegirls to act like
because
them.
they've been lied to.
Yeah.
They've been lied to.
They were told scarcity. Literally every single thing that we can say about girls is the same thing that 2 years ago we were pointing fingers and saying, how stupid is this about the guys? Baby, it's still stupid.
Well, if you know the origin of the incel, the involuntary celibate movement, it was a girl.
The girls are now involuntarily celibate.
No, but a girl, the founder was a girl.
Yeah.
It was I think she was in Australia who started the online forum. So involuntary celibates initially was quite gender diverse.
Yes.
And then when it rose, it became just about men. But this was a woman that's like, I want a romantic relationship. Yeah. I can't find it. I want to have sex. I want to experience desire. And I'm lonely. It was a woman that started up.
People who operate from lack sound the same while being convinced they're different from each other.
Yeah.
And I always say there's two extremes are mirrors. Someone who has no boundaries and someone who has too many boundaries, both like having balance.
Wake it up. Wake it up.
I'm looking at both of you crazy. Blue, can you believe this? Yeah, I can. Blue, can you believe it? You both look stupid to me. Like, I'm not taking anybody's side. You both sound dumb to me right now. And that's why when I break down Love Island, I can see my audience being stretched. One girl said, I like Anaya and also Ouch. I get it now. I said, you don't have to stop liking her.
Yeah.
You don't have to stop liking her.
But it's the two truths can coexist. People are so uncomfortable with that kind of
You can
dissonance.
like somebody and still call BS when they're having an ego tantrum masquerading as a broken
heart. But that's
heart.
not liking in modern friendships. No. Unfortunately, liking is I like everything you do.
Oh.
Every outfit you wear is gorgeous.
It's called a cult, but okay.
Everything you do, it is a cult.
Y'all gonna wear matching outfits.
Yeah, but it's just like people want that because people are fragile. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, Pop Syllabus listeners, can we talk about how expensive housing is getting? Whether you're renting, pay a mortgage, or raising a family like me, it's one of the biggest monthly expenses out there. So when I heard about Built, my first thought was, why didn't this exist sooner? Built lets you earn points on every housing payment, rent or mortgage. You're already paying it, so you might as well get something back. One standout feature is a neighborhood concierge in the app. It actually gets things done, booking fitness classes, making dinner reservations, scheduling lifts, and more, while applying member benefits at over 50,000 partners. Built points can be redeemed for flights, hotels, lift rides, Amazon.com purchases, future housing payments, and more. Personally, I'm an aspiring fitness girly, so I use Built for scheduling fitness classes like SoulCycle, Bar, Pure Bar, Bar Method, and many more. So here's how you can take advantage of what Built has to offer in just 3 easy steps. First, pull out your phone and download the Built app. Easy. Second, link any credit or debit card to the app so purchases at your local spots become even more rewarding. And third, ask the neighborhood concierge in the app pretty much anything. It'll tell you about exclusive member benefits at restaurants, fitness studios, or your lift rides and more around your home. And for the homeowners out there, Built works for your mortgages too. Your house payment is one of your biggest monthly expenses, so why wouldn't you want to earn points on it? Download the Built app and join the membership for where you live at joinbuilt.com/Pop Syllabus. That's joinbilt.com/Pop Syllabus. Use our link so they know we sent you. We have to get to the game part.
Oh yes, I mean, we can talk all day.
Listen, the audience at home are eating this up. So
I'm trying to come out my shell so we can give you better content.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing. So at Pop Syllabus, we have like different kind of rubrics through which we examine the world. It's very media theory.
Oh, I love it.
So one of the ones I came up with is a star, a celebrity, and a famous person. And my idea is that like when we have conversations about pop culture, about who's big and who's not, oftentimes this is we're not distinguishing between these 3 things.
Ooh.
So a star is that je ne sais quoi. A lot of people are stars. In my neighborhood, there were stars
I have
everywhere.
a star tattoo.
You have a star. You are a star. But so the stars at je ne sais quoi, you don't have to be famous. You don't have to be good. It's just God-given. It's just born. It's in you. A celebrity is somebody who leans into the public's need for idolatry, right? So it's like calling paps.
It's a beautiful description.
It's creating the mystique. It's et cetera, et cetera. So I'd say Kim Kardashian is a celebrity. And a famous person is just someone who is skilled and becomes momentarily notorious. for good or for bad. So Dr. Fauci was momentarily famous. So there's sometimes you save a kid from a burning building, you become famous. And very few people are all three. I think Beyonce is all three. I think Leonardo DiCaprio is all three.
He is.
I think Kim Kardashian is 2 out of 3. So that's one of the rubrics that we use.
Oh, that's shady. I just did the math.
No, she's a celebrity. She's famous. She's not a star, which is fine. I don't think Kim would call herself a star. I think the way she works is just like...
I used to say public figure, but I like famous because we do have like, I'll get 10 minutes to be famous.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like you win the Nobel Peace Prize. You know what I mean? There's lots of metrics of fame. And so, because you're here today, I've been thinking a lot. We did a Divas episode where we were like ranking divas and the comments were crazy. The word diva is loaded, so you were smart. But we did a really thorough definition of diva. Go and listen to it. We did a really thorough definition. Like, to be a diva, you have to have a place in queer culture. It's either you're like a voice or an innovator. Anyway, but the diva episode really got me thinking. And then I was thinking about dream guests in the shower, and Matthew Knowles came to mind.
Oh my heavens!
And then I was thinking actually in pop culture we have different types of people who actually make the thing. And so I'm calling them pioneers, builders, and disruptors. It's the game we're going to play today.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you what each is.
This is the perfect one for me.
Yeah. And I was just
you did your research for real. I love this.
I was like, we got to talk to Blue about this. So, okay, so this is the definition and we can go from there. So for a pioneer, they designed the structure and the layout of an art form and its subsequent lineage. Their plan created a blueprint that is followed and reproduced, sometimes without credit. So in hip hop, we'd say like Grandmaster Flash is a pioneer.
Absolutely.
I'm from the UK, so for grime, I'd say like Wiley and Skepta are pioneers. In reality TV, I'd say Tiffany Pollard, New York, is a pioneer, right? So she's a pioneer.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then the builders. So they executed and constructed a form created by a pioneer with masterful skill and precision, then scaled it to another level. Okay? So in hip hop, I'd say builders Jay-Z.
Yeah.
In R&B, I'd say Usher.
Yes.
You know, he's like a builder. He's not a pioneer.
Excellent list, yes.
In reality TV, I'd say Nene Leakes.
That was my perfect.
Builder, right?
Perfect,
okay.
perfect. Absolutely
and then we
perfect.
have disruptors. So they substantially altered and innovated how an art form is performed in a way that made it noticeably distinguishable from past iterations.
These are my people. Go ahead. Who are disruptors?
So sports, I'd say David Beckham.
Okay. Fellow Taurus.
Because of brand Beckham. Kim Kardashian in the world of personalities.
Hell yeah.
Right? Because she's not a pioneer, she's not a builder, but she did something to just being a personality.
Yeah.
I think very few people are all three of these things, right? So I say Barbra Streisand is maybe all three.
Birthday twin.
Look at that!
Barbra Streisand, really? Barbra?
Yeah. You're right. That's an example of all three.
Oh, that's a great example.
I think Rihanna is all three because of Fenty Beauty.
Fair.
Right? Because she's now pioneered a new model, but she was also a builder because she was like a model. She looks like a model, but was an R&B island girl. So like you're looking at...
And the girls have been emulating her for 15 years.
Tyra, they're trying to put everyone in that.
Well, that's a good one, maybe.
This is a controversial, but a very hard one for me to say of someone who is all three because of what he's become and done. Diddy is all three. And
no, that's fair.
Which leads to my point. Oh, I'm going to say that I'd say Drake is a builder and a disruptor. I also think Kendrick is a builder and disruptor. This is all up for debate.
What do you think Kanye is?
That is so good. I think Kanye is both a builder and disruptor. I don't think he's a pioneer.
Really?
But we're going to take names out.
The Louis Vuitton Don? Huh.
Because I can't think of, but you know what? I'm open.
Producer turned superstar. I think he's...
Do you know what?
That lane. He built that
pioneer.
lane.
No, you're right. You're right. I'll give it. Because no one else has done that. You're right.
Superstar producers, me, like outside of like the Timberland and stuff, yes. But Kanye did it in a way that was like a David, like a rock star kind of way.
You're right. I'll give Kanye that. I'm saying like, it's worth noting, because I'm kind of using design, architectural analogies here. Like similar to how the modular open plan homes have popped up everywhere and social media is
When is your birthday?
March 21st.
You are
an Aries cusp.
I love your cusp. I'm the Aries cusp on the other side.
Oh, are you?
So you're Pisces going into Aries.
Yeah.
I'm Aries going into Taurus.
Yeah.
Oh, I love your brain. It's so fun.
I'm a loser, but in the fun way.
It's so good.
And like social media is probably one of the worst things to happen to us. I want to say that not all pioneers, not all pioneers, builders, or disruptors leave pop culture better than how they found it.
Agreed.
Because I think that when we were playing the Divas game, I realized that just reading the comments and how people are reacting, people have strong emotion towards these women because they felt that they did good. But I think there's a mode of diva who actually maybe was bad for divadom. So, you know, we have some cards here.
Okay. Is this like gambling? Okay.
It's not gambling. I don't believe in gambling.
I'm a Taurus. I'm risk adverse.
I don't believe in gambling. No. I don't gamble. Jesus is my lottery card. All right. So just pick a card from the stack and it's going to have a name on it.
I'm going to be controversial and cut it.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't pick one from the top.
Okay, what's the name?
Oh.
Who is it?
Joe Rogan.
Oh!
Why would you, of all the people?
Is Joe Rogan a pioneer, a builder, or a disruptor?
Can you pioneer fuck shit?
You could. What did we say? We said some pioneers, they do not leave. I mean, it's all subjective, but may not leave pop culture better than how they found it.
I think he's a pioneer and a builder. I don't think he's a disruptor.
Tell me more.
I think Joe Rogan created a very problematic but lucrative lane that a lot of men in that sphere, and even some women who are turncoats, are trying to kind of co-opt and do themselves. I think he's a builder because he didn't just create it. There's an ecosystem that he's built around himself that is undeniable whether we agree with it or not. Yeah. But I don't think he's a disruptor. I think he's now a pansy to the machine that he's built. I don't think that he's brave, and because innovators are willing to, it's almost like playing Jenga, knock everything over and start over. I don't think he's that brave.
Would you say that he was a disruptor in the sense that he was willing to say things a lot of other people weren't willing to say?
No, because Howard Stern already existed.
Okay.
I think because of Howard Stern, the only things that he could do that were disruptive was him cosplaying as Howard Stern.
So then how do we even call him a pioneer? Do you think podcasting pioneer in that type of thing?
Yeah, I think he took because I think, I'm gonna be honest, I think all pioneers see a glimpse of something somewhere else as a North Star. Yeah. And then they almost deconstruct it and build something new, right? Yeah. So I think even all pioneers have a seed. I think Howard Stern was his seed. Yeah. But his lane from Fear Factor, mind you, think about this, being a Fear Factor D-list actor / host.
Stand-up comic.
Right? Yeah. Being D-list in a very popular lane, just saying, screw y'all, I'll just create my entire own lane and be the Beyonce of that lane. That is a pioneer.
I'm leaning towards builder. And I didn't include it in the definition of pioneer, and it's something I just feel.
Oh, it might change my answer then. Go ahead.
No, but I do think there's something about the pioneer, and that's why Black people get fucked over historically, is that you never get the spoils of the thing.
Oh, then he's not a pioneer then.
No, but sometimes there's some pioneers that can become materially enriched. It does happen. Like there's people that pioneer.
Who's a pioneer who got their coin?
Andy Warhol made a lot of money while he was alive.
But I heard he was a co-op. I think he was.
Basquiat died with like millions. Let's be real. Like there are people, especially say in contemporary times, right? Mm-hmm. Post 70s, 80s, you can pioneer a certain art form. And there are some people, I think the Beastie Boys still have very good residual checks. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? There are some pioneers that do well, but I often, for some pioneers, you don't materially kind of advance. There's no like pecuniary advantage.
There's some people who I think are coal miners. They're not even builders, pioneers. Because to me, a coal miner is like a rest in peace or rest in other stuff, depending how you feel. Clive Davis and Andy Warhol, to me, are coal miners where they can mine precious jewels elsewhere. And they're good at spotting a future innovator's future whatever.
They're extractors.
Yeah, they're good at mining.
Yeah, but they don't, coal miner means you get dirty. They don't get dirty, these men. That's why I struggle with calling them. Okay. I would call them actually disruptors because I think
finding Basquiat and finding Whitney Houston makes you a disruptor? Finding them, not being them, finding them?
Because I think and to borrow from the tech world, right? And we see it with Steve Jobs. He never invented a thing. Yeah, didn't invent a thing,
but still ended up creating a culture.
All about disruption. Yeah, it's like I don't pioneer. He didn't invent phones. He didn't invent watches. He didn't invent the personal computer. He didn't even try and build that much of a better machine because he's always been like, they were like, there's PCs that are better than what a Macintosh.
And Wozniak was much smarter than he was,
But he's like, disruptors are like, they see those tiny iterations and they're often ruthless. Steve Jobs was very ruthless.
Diddy's definitely great at disrupting.
Very ruthless. And they're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Elon Musk is the same. Yeah. And it makes it distinguishable from other things.
For disruptor, that makes sense. For builder, that makes sense. For pioneer, does that?
No, pioneer is just like you do the structure and the layout and you influence the lineage, right? And so you get the blueprint. And I'm like, the way I side with you with Joe Rogan being a pioneer is that I do think in the podcasting zone, he has made a blueprint.
He's the North Star.
He is the North Star.
And that's how you know what? That's actually how I'm distinguishing pioneers is, whether people want to admit it or not, are you low-key their North Star? Because the North Star means that I'm using
You're like, I want that Rogan check.
This is where I'm heading to, right?
Yeah.
And I think whether I like him or not, and I loathe him, I think I just wanted to be clear about where I stand on this. Joe Rogan is a pioneer of that stuff.
So we will give him pioneer and we will give him builder, perhaps?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
This is
I'm essentially trying to just shuffle him up.
I know.
Because that was crazy. Why would you start me off like that, friend?
The spirit led you. Oh my God, you're going to love this one. Tyra Banks.
Okay, so you are a harbinger of chaos. I said it at the beginning. So let me be very quick with you. Tyra Banks, up until I was 25, was one of my heroes.
Why did it change at 25? She's still not your hero? Smize? I love her. They could never make me hate Tyra.
Oh, they could make me.
How?
So
remember, within the rubric, pioneer, builder.
So you want to answer how, or do you want to do the rubric?
You can do it through. You're a genius. You can weave both.
I thought Tyra was problematic in the early 2000s. I was an early Tyra, like, what the hell is this?
Tyra truther.
Yeah, no, seriously. It took me 20 years for y'all to tell me I was correct. Mind you, I used to be her biggest stan. And so, here's the thing that's interesting. Sometimes if you have someone who adores you but doesn't idolize you, or is just autistic, right? If you have somebody who adores you but doesn't idolize you, when you start to crack, they notice it early because they're all in your face.
So when did you notice?
I noticed it when she did an episode about poor people, homeless people, and she pretended to be homeless for 45 minutes and was weeping, and the homeless people had to hold her because she was more devastated about cosplaying as being a homeless person than actually the actual homeless people. And then a week later, she put on a fat suit and the big girl had to hold her because they didn't look at her for 20 minutes while she was in a fat suit. I said, now, the hubris is loud, friend, okay? Sages are never beating the allegations. The hubris is loud. I was like, oh, she's unhinged.
She's crazy. Yes, she is. I love it. Don't you love it?
Oh, okay.
I enjoy it. Like, Tyra is a ride. And that's a lot for me to say because I'm in it black. Naomi. Hello?
Yeah, no, I'm more Naomi than Tyra.
Which is crazy.
It's Coke versus Pepsi. We've switched places. What in the Freaky Friday? I'm Team Naomi, you're Team Tyra.
No, they're both
nuts.
They're both nuts. But I cannot imagine what it was like being a black girl in the modeling scene in the 80s. I think that must break your brain and change you on a molecular level. Like going to those castings, bad makeup artists, the disgusting men. I think
the great cast of your face.
Modeling agencies are very close to trafficking. It's all very weird. Like if you actually think about like the body as a symbol, a form of purchase, of value, a collateral. As black women, I cannot imagine what they've gone through. So to come through that, they're going to be crazy.
And then become the thing that you're scared of?
They're going to take blood diamonds.
Here's the thing.
I don't even think they're cognizant of it because...
No, she's cognizant and here's the thing. Tyra didn't want to... She pretended to be a disruptor while the entire time she was acting like a colonizer behind the scenes. And to me, that is malice. And for me... Disruption is fun until it becomes malicious, right? Mm-hmm. When you do watch the Tyra documentary, and I'm really passionate about this because I know some of the models whose lives she's forever changed, not in a good way. When you watch the thing she says, Anna Wintour and everything you just said, those people made me feel like an ugly black girl. Like I was just a weird, gawky whatever. And they thought that they had bested me. They had the runway. I had a hit TV show.
Yeah.
And there was this smug look on her face of, I can do you better than you can do you. That's not a disruptor. That's an assimilator.
But I think disruption means
that you're shifting the paradigm, not emulating it better than your enemies, though. I think there has to be a shift to disrupt. I think
what she did in terms of the model reality TV show, so much disruption there. Like we have to give it to her.
Sure,
you know, and. For good, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's good or bad. You know,
I'm saying it's bad. I'm saying what Tyra did is she did what a lot of rich white men have been doing for centuries, and so Tyra Banks becoming a great white man is not something I'm going to clap for, even though it's for a black woman to do it is disruption.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. Like she convinced girls my age, because I was her demo in America when she was doing this. She convinced us that. You're beautiful big, you're beautiful brown, you're beautiful short, tall, skinny, whatever. I'm your big sister. I have your back. I'm going to keep you safe in a way they don't. So you're already saying I can let my guard down around you in the way that I wouldn't around Anna Wintour or the skeevy white men. Mm-hmm. So for you to turn into them while you've already gotten my guard down, there have been studies that have shown that an enemy is actually safer than a frenemy. With an enemy, the lines are clear. You're not inviting an enemy to Christmas. You're not inviting an enemy to play with your children. You're not inviting an enemy to sit on your couch at your mother's funeral, right?
Yeah.
So an enemy is someone who you know to keep at a distance, your guard is up, your discernment is up. A frenemy is 10 times more dangerous because they're saying, sister, I'm just like you. I look like you. Your guard comes down, and then all the harm that an actual enemy would cause can actually be more impactful, more adverse, because you didn't even know that you were unsafe.
I agree, but this is what I'll say.
She's a frenemy.
This is what I'll say about that documentary.
She's
at the time, the head of the network above UPN, I think they're owned by CBS, was Les Moonves.
Yes, and we know about him.
A man who was Me Too'd.
Yep.
Right? I don't know how we watch a documentary where the EP is more of a villain than the head of the network.
Absolutely. That's yeah.
No, but I think so much, and that's not to absolve her of anything she's done. It's the asymmetry in it bothered me. Especially for like the Miss J. I'm like, say what you want about her, Miss J. That girl gave you a job for a long time.
Sure.
And you cut a nice check. And you came back after you witnessed the abuse.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's any amount of good deeds someone can do for you where it gives them the right to abuse you later?
No, I don't think so. But I don't think he was abused.
No, I'm not talking about him.
I think he was in a position, but I think there was a lot of that show.
Yeah.
The producers that they had on, the showrunners that they had on, the co-hosts.
It was a rotten ecosystem.
But loads of those people were her peers.
Yes.
They also enacted harm. And somehow we watched a documentary, and the black woman who showrunning her first show at 30 years old, that's when she started doing that show, is a villain. I can't do that.
So here's the thing.
Honestly, I
can, because you know why? A lot of times we hide behind that. If me and you decide to commit a crime, I'm committing a crime that is causing harm. You're committing a crime that is causing harm. And the family see you get no time and I get a bunch of time. I still did the crime whether you got away with it or not. My thing is, I don't want it to be, why are we gang up on Tyra? We're not gang up on anybody else. I want us to hold Tyra accountable and hold them accountable. It doesn't absolve her.
I'm saying we should look up. That was my thing. That documentary, especially how we know how television works.
I know how television works.
You know how it works too, right?
Here's the thing,
so
there's gatekeepers,
this is, but she's not a gatekeeper.
She was a gatekeeper.
She got fired from her own show in the end.
You could still be a gatekeeper and then your time runs out.
But there was collusion. I would say
she colluded.
There was mass collusion among the ANTM crew and production class with a network. And so I'm zooming out.
She's one of many villains, but that doesn't mean she's not a villain.
But that's not to absolve her at all, because
people do absolve her though.
I would never absolve her.
A lot of people absolve her.
I'm also like, you wouldn't like someone to treat you like that.
I want to catch all the villains.
Catch all the, but I was just like, wow, the framing of this documentary, especially, and this is when we get into ambiguity politics.
Yep.
Miss J. And
he calls her, or she, I don't know what was Miss J's pronouns? They?
No, I'm not. I'm talking the other J.
Mr. J.
The makeup artist.
Mr. J.
I'm just like, Tyra's an easy villain for me. And it wasn't satisfactory. I'm just saying she's not a villain. I'm not saying she's not chaotic.
I think they're all true. I think the truth is the documentarians had a hard on to make Tyra a villain because they know that she had already gone viral on TikTok for being a villain to the Gen Zs and the millennials who keep Netflix afloat. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Tyra had moments where Les Moonves was not around and she did some horrible things that hurt people. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Mr. J chose to be complicit to a known bully and the system that the known bully was working for. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Miss J also did the same. That's the truth. I see a bunch of variations of villains. My point of contention is I'm not going to be annoyed that there's only one, because here's the thing that happens, right? When a black man is working in a corporate environment and he thinks that him having a white girl from a blonde hair and making $600K a year makes him a white man. And he gets into a room full of rich white men and they remind him, you're still the N-word.
Yeah.
In that moment, he still caused all that harm.
No,
even though
I agree.
At the bottom of the food chain, right?
I don't think we're disagreeing.
Yeah,
we're on the same page.
I don't think we're disagreeing at all. Tyra, to me, thought that her emulating them would make her better than what she is. And found out via Netflix, you're still a black bitch to them. And to me, that's part of her reckoning. I'm never going to begrudge a reckoning that you worked so hard to gain. She earned that reckoning.
So
her being the scapegoat is part of the reckoning. When black women try to pretend to be white men, they will always remind us that we are still black women. And Tyra got reminded in real time.
Real time, she's countersuing. But
she is.
She's countersuing.
And honestly, if I was her, I would countersue.
Well, she got the coin.
Yeah, I would do it.
So what do we say she is? Pioneer, builder, disruptor.
Add colonizer to that, and yeah, all of it. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Look.
Okay, I want you to sort the cards.
Like,
sort the cards because you're a good card sorter, and pick another one.
Okay.
Lead yourself, since you think I am leading you to a
Look,
certain...
I hold everybody accountable in the same way, even if you look like me, and I used to want to be you as a little girl. Okay, I'm nervous now. You have some...
Don't pick from the top. Pick like some chaos.
Okay. She said, you like the chaos.
Yeah, we love it.
Okay.
That's why I brought you here.
Your Aries is coming out. Okay. Jay-Z. Fudge.
I'll go first.
You have to.
I'll go first.
I feel like I've already pissed off the Tyra stands, child.
I think, and I said it earlier when I was defining, I think Jay-Z is your builder.
Only a builder?
Yes.
Ooh.
And the reason I will say he's only a builder, and before I probably might have said builder and disruptor,
yeah.
But when you brought up Kanye when I was going through the definitions, and you turned me on Kanye.
And I've met Kanye, by the way, and I politely checked him. So I do this to everybody.
I'm sure he loved you for that.
He thanked me.
Yeah.
I think I met him with his mama. He's like, thank you for checking me politely.
Yeah. I know. I've heard crazy stories about Kanye, and apparently he's cool with that stuff. So.
He likes to like, oh, you're brave, bitch.
You're like me. But and the reason, and I want to repeat the definition of builder because it's actually me giving respect to Sean Carter himself.
He has built.
Executed and constructed a form created by a pioneer with masterful skill and precision, then scaled it to another level.
Very Hove.
Rap superstar, like can sell out stadiums overseas, can retire and then can come back, can be present in spaces that you don't expect a rap superstar. So whether that's inaugurations, whether that's, aligning with certain corporations, et cetera, et cetera. I think he built something that people are going to be able to walk in the path of in a way that that is also, just let's be real, more commercial, right? Because what he came into, the hip hop scene he came into, was less lucrative than it is now. Yeah. And I think so much of just how global hip hop is, we have to thank Jay-Z for that.
He was an influencer before we knew what that term was.
Way before. Just even like, why were people ordering Cristal in the club?
We know why.
You know what I mean?
He told us to wear long shirts. We wear long shirts. He said, actually, never mind, wear suits. Okay,
yeah. This was suit and tie. And so
looking like we were work close to the club because of Hov. Yeah.
But I don't think he would ever. And also being like a creative genius. New York Times did that whole thing about the greatest songwriters, and he was on the list.
One take, like off the dome.
Should be.
I'm an exceptional writer. I can't do that.
Yeah. Just genius, right? Brain. But I wouldn't call him a pioneer. I wouldn't.
No, he's not a pioneer.
I don't think that's what he wanted to do.
Big Daddy Kane and them paved the way for him too much for him to be a pioneer. Like there was too many people who he borrowed from. I don't think he would call himself a pioneer. I think he is a builder. What is there an argument for him being a disruptor?
I think the reason I would say
Kanye's a disruptor.
Kanye's a disruptor. Yeah. I don't even think, and this is where I have to be careful because people are going to jump at me. I think he's such an establishment figure. I think he worked so hard to become part of the establishment that disruption is not the thing that he craved.
Those are two diametrically opposed realities.
And mind you, Kanye started with a disruption thing. His mother's an academic. He's a college dropout. Like that was so much of his mythos in the beginning.
Being a disruptor,
I failed in my family because I didn't go to college and I didn't pledge. You know what I mean? It's like that's so much of his story. Whereas like Jay-Z, so much of his story is like, how do I legitimize myself in the eyes of people that believe, he started off as a drug dealer, right? Yeah. And so he has been walking towards the establishment and making himself more central to the establishment.
I'm a businessman. Right.
Yeah, and so it's more builder. I don't think disruptor is his speed.
I agree.
And I don't think it'd be beneficial. Like why disrupt when it works for you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
even the Super Bowl during Colin Kaepernick, a disruptor wouldn't have done what he did.
No, it wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And that's why I see him first and foremost as a master builder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, beyond.
He's a Mason.
Yeah, completely. Don't. You're going to get me canceled.
Look, man. The kids get upset when the fingers come up. I just want to tell you, like, he's doing the hand signals. Well, I think you sold me. He's a builder. Bob the Builder is what we got.
All right, you pick another.
By the way, I am not a Mason, y'all. I was just doing hand movements. Don't get mad at me, everybody.
Don't. My mom was going to be like, she's doing cards. She's a Mason.
I'm a child of Christ.
Oh, my God.
Let's talk about a bag of money. Madonna.
Ooh, this is a good one.
We haven't talked about white women.
I know.
Today. It's y'all's turn. I feel like I've been coming out against my own community. Let's talk about I love Madonna a little bit.
Okay. A little bit.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
I mean, she has some fetish stuff to atone for, but
what do you mean fetish stuff?
She fetishizes exotic.
Oh
humans.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I'm trying to watch
No, say it. Like,
I said a lot today.
Appropriation.
She does, yeah. You know, yeah.
I love how you said atone. You know.
Yeah.
Debt. There's a debt.
There's always a debt. I like to pay off my debts, and I like people to pay their debts. And when they don't, I can notice. I'm a Taurus.
What does paying debts look like for you?
Acknowledgement first.
Okay.
So one of the things I teach in my workshops is there is no safety without acknowledgement. No matter what you say or do, if you won't acknowledge the harm you caused, there have been studies. Again, I read a lot of studies. Studies have shown a mistake that is not acknowledged is almost guaranteed to be repeated because you played stupid the first time, so there was nothing to learn from.
Yeah.
So I tell white people all the time because I have a lot of white friends. People are shocked by this. I have a lot of white friends.
I can see it. And
they like me because they know they can ask me a question. I'm going to actually answer it. And I always say, if you can acknowledge your privilege rather than pretending like you're the magical, different unicorn of a white person, we're good.
I want some of your white friends because I know you've trained them right.
Oh, very good.
They're
excellent people.
When the liberal January 6th happens, they're going to be storming.
I teach classes about how to white correctly. I might have been a white man in a past life because I really feel like I figured it out. No, let me tell you.
How do you white correctly?
This is how you white correctly. Number one, always acknowledge your privilege.
Yeah.
Like, okay, being white is lit. Okay, this shit was built for me. What's up, right? Just acknowledge it. Have fun with it. Because honestly, white people who like being white are safer.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If you like being white, I'm not worried about you trying to do whatever the hell I'm doing. Please enjoy what you're doing. Number two, do the thing of never centering yourself. A true ally is never centered. Because once you center, you're colonizing and co-opting.
Yeah.
You stand to the left, right? So what would I say about my African-American friends? When it's Juneteenth, I don't center myself on Juneteenth. That's their day. I stand to the left and I clap for them.
Yeah.
So if you're a white person who acknowledges that being white is lit, acknowledges that there's a lot of things in your life that suck, being white is not one of them, and you also don't center yourself while helping people of color, you've already cracked 2/3 of the things that could get you canceled. Literally.
I love how you ended at get you canceled.
2/3 of the things that can get you canceled are when you think that you've been kind enough to the Black community that you get to co-opt our spaces.
Yeah.
Like you get to buy into Blackness.
Which
that's centering
I think
yourself.
Madonna is...
That was a segue. You like that?
Yeah, it's a beautiful segue. I don't know. So I would say pioneer.
Oh, absolutely.
Because people get angry when I say this, but I think that's Lady Gaga has riffed so much on Madonna's career.
Doesn't Lady Gaga agree?
She does, but who wouldn't agree? What do they call them? The little monsters? Her fans.
No, the little embryos, because the monsters know. It's the generation after the original monsters.
Yeah, they're just they don't want to claim that. I'd say she's pioneer.
Absolutely a pioneer. No question about
Madonna's very pioneer for me. Builder, I don't know. And
I think she's a disruptor and a pioneer, but not a builder.
Disruptor, especially around the HIV/AIDS crisis. Like LGBTQIA plus rights, we have to give Madonna her things for that, because it was at a time when it's just they're trying to protest at your concerts for that stuff. And she was just I think I won't speak for the community, but from the comment section and the debate under the Madonna versus Janet Jackson post that we did with the Garrett Kennedy episode.
Oh, that's brave.
I didn't realize it was a thing. I didn't know that there was a cleavage between Black queer culture and white queer culture.
Because racism exists where people exist.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that Madonna and Janet were the arena for that. So Madonna stole
from Black Black and brown trans people and voguing. She stole from them.
Yeah.
Took one of them as the token, but didn't really feed back into that community.
Yeah. So there was just a whole thing in the comment, and then it just really realizes those cultural silos, because there were people that are no, it's Janet. It's only going to be Janet. We don't think of Madonna. And other people are who's Janet? Nepo baby. Madonna.
Calling Janet a Nepo baby is wild.
Well, you have to remember, for a people that
as somebody who grew up loving both, that's wild.
But listen, I say she isn't self-made, she's self-defined.
Yeah.
Which I think are two different. You can't help the family you're born into.
You can't.
You can't, but you can try.
But also Reba and them, Rebe and them are not Janet Jackson. Being born in a family was not enough. Shout out to Jermaine. It's not enough.
It's not. Okay.
All right, let's see.
This is a good one.
Kim Kardashian. I was going to talk about Kim Kardashian. I make money, so it's just good luck for me.
Okay, go.
I think we already talked about Kim Kardashian. She didn't innovate nothing.
Nope.
She didn't pioneer nothing.
No.
She built a lot.
I don't think she's a builder though, because I'd say Paris Hilton is the builder. In terms of who would be before Paris?
Paris was the pioneer.
Paris was a pioneer.
But I think the thing that Paris pioneered, Kim mastered building.
Okay, I've got something else.
Yeah.
Yes, and Paris pioneered.
Yeah.
Bethany Frankel built.
Yes, but
Kim disrupted. I think Kim and
Bethany happened simultaneously, though.
Yes, but I think that Bethany because of Bethany, they had to put a different clause into the Bravo contracts, right? Because she was just like, how do I take reality TV and sell you something?
The only reason I think for me, the builder for Kim is not Bethany, it's Kris Jenner.
I mean, you sometimes have a puppet master in the background, right? People say Kris, but Kris hasn't been able to do that with her other kids.
No, I think it's...
do you know what I mean?
But it's like somebody saying that because Oprah can't make another Oprah, she was an Oprah. I think the thing that Kris mastered aged out, but when she was at the top of her game, it was something that she was doing very, very well.
I give Kris her things because
Kris, I've been in rooms with people that Kris don't like, and I'll be sitting next to them and they're perfectly fine while Kris is dropping stories that they're in the middle of a meltdown. I'm like, well, that's not, I'm sitting here, that's not true.
No, I think Kris is a creative
She's
genius.
a mastermind and a maniacal something.
No, I think she's an example.
She's a Scorpio too.
But I think it's because everyone gets angry at me saying this. I said there's something about stay-at-home mothers learn a certain form of management.
And manipulation as well, yes.
Toxic matriarchies and all that bullshit. That scales really well when you go into business.
Absolutely. Honestly, I think stay-at-home moms like Kris are like drug dealers like Jay-Z. I'm serious. Kris Jenner and Jay-Z are the same thing. I think if you want to get a good business partner, get a stay-at-home mother who has a rich man who's let her do whatever the hell she want, or a drug dealer. Same skill set. I'm being so serious. Jay-Z and Kris Jenner are the same person.
Tell me the parallels of the skill set.
Because you have to learn how to be in a group that nobody's checking for while building something bigger than they could have ever imagined. And you're hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
You're actually banking on being underestimated. And the whole time you're learning from the person who actually has all the power, and you're cultivating in a way that is almost endearing, or there's a myth around it. There's a myth around being a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
There's a myth around being a drug dealer. And while everybody's looking at the myth, you in the back end having business meetings.
I love it.
I think that's why, honestly, I'm gonna say this. I've gone to auditions before where I've been the only fat girl. I love that shit. I love being the only plus size woman in a space that's supposed to be about being on camera. Because what you're thinking is, on camera, you have to be a size 2, proximity to whiteness, racially ambiguous, loose hair. Yeah. You have to have all these things. And so because there's no expectation, it don't take much for me to impress y'all. Like, oh my God, who is this magical being? I just said hello. The fuck? Like, it don't take much. And so for me, a lot of people don't realize it's the Kaiser Sose effect. Shout out to those of you who watch Usual Suspects. Everybody thinks it's the shiny person who's running it. The whole time when you are trying to get booked for something, you don't have to be nice to the director. Be nice to his assistant. It's often the person that you're not checking for who is the litmus of your true character. Who are you kind to when nobody's looking? Who are you also chatting up when nobody's looking? Yeah. The amount of tea that I get from makeup artists when I'm on set. Or the craft services girl.
Yeah.
And it's because I'm being kind to them because I sincerely want to know. When I say, how's your day? I'm waiting for the answer. And now she's telling me, okay, well, you're very sweet. He's having a bad day. Okay,
thank you. Yeah,
now when I'm around the star, the celebrity's wondering, oh my gosh, she's lovely. I'm lovely because the person you thought I wasn't talking to told me that you were an asshole, and they told me which words to avoid, and you hate the color green. I love it. I think Kim Kardashian is a disruptor and a builder, because here's the thing, and I hate to say this, part of being a builder is, have you built something? It's almost like a watered down version of being a pioneer. Have you built something that others now covet to build someday?
Exactly.
Are people, when they grow up, do they want to be you as a builder?
I also think it's that idea of scale, because pioneers, they are builders in a way, but it's kind of like a tiny house.
Yeah, and they're a little puritanical where they care more about the core of it.
They don't have the resources, they don't have the materials, and sometimes they don't have like the big vision.
They have the brilliance.
The builder's like, I'm a builder. Scale. And I think that's what Kim has with her synergy with her mom. I think they have. I'm always fascinated by that maternal relationship with a daughter who isn't the eldest daughter.
Yeah, the middle. Do you know how much it takes to lead from the middle?
The maneuver, and that's why I'm like,
the most ignored child.
That's why I'm telling you, she's a disruptor.
No,
there's something to her.
She's a disruptor, but she's also, here's the thing too, and this is for the girls who are into astrology. Libras are all about things beautiful. I've never met an ugly Libra, and even the slightly unattractive ones.
They have a beauty to them. They have a beauty to them. They have a charm. They have a certain charm. Yeah.
Even the most facially challenged Libra is a little lovely. It's a lovely energy, and honestly too, I have a Scorpio mother like him. And I will say this, there's something that happens to your self-esteem when you have a Scorpio mother.
What's the Scorpio dates for the people
I think it's the very end of October. So like around the 24th, 23rd, 24th-ish to the middle of November. And here's the thing about my mother. My self-esteem is not tethered to anything but her. That lady was obsessed with me. You know how the people in Japan would fall to the ground when Michael Jackson would walk into the room? My mother, you're home from school. I love you. My favorite person in the world. The sun rises. I'm like, oh my God, I'm popping. Right? Kris is the same way with her kids.
She is.
You know who my mother's birthday twin is?
Who?
Hillary Clinton.
Interesting.
Yeah. And my mother loves Hillary Clinton. Same type of whatever.
Interesting.
And
One child.
I was her Chelsea. Go off and
there's something to it.
And so when you have a matriarch who, instead of competing with you or being like intimidated by
you, in your corner,
is your biggest supporter,
even if you do a sex tape. That's why I love Kris.
Well, it was her idea. Allegedly.
It doesn't matter. She was just like, we're gonna make something out of this.
There's nothing I could do when my mother would not tell you I'm the best person to ever be born.
I love a mother that will turn her daughter's shame into prosperity.
That kind of
That's
love.
her mom. Yeah.
I can honestly, and not to pan out, I can actually trace some of the most emotionally deregulated people that I know who are amazing on what kind of relationship they have with their mother. If your mother, because one of my friends always said, my mother was my first bully.
Common saying in the Black community.
I'm so happy I can't relate to that. I'm so happy I can't relate to it. Yeah. I had dysregulated eating growing up because I was a Black girl in Boston.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was the 90s. Okay. And so my mother never called me fat. When I lost all that weight and all my friends were being sent to get treatment, she said, okay, baby, we're just going to feed you a little bit more, give you more porridge, right? She never made me internalize shame in my formative years. So now as an adult, when other adults try to do it, I'm like, that's weird.
What you're doing. Yeah, like what you're doing. Yeah.
Like I'm freaking awesome. So shout out to Kim's mom.
I would say like I relate to the Kris and Kim of it. Well, if I
your mother's your biggest cheerleader?
Yeah, me and my mom, we're like 5 and 6. She's also the eldest daughter. So it's interesting talking about lineages. My mother is the eldest daughter of the eldest daughter of the eldest daughter, and I'm the eldest daughter. So there's just something in there. Like just
my mother's the eldest daughter too.
Yeah, so there's something about the Ada in there. But you know, when I was a teen, we did clash. But my mom is the one
because you were becoming her.
Well, this
she
is
was
it.
Fighting herself.
Sometimes I look in the mirror. I'm like, oh my God, I am my mother. But she was the one that told me to move to America. She's the one. I married a stone cold atheist. My mom is at church every day of the week, and she was just like, I'm behind you. When my dad was like on the fence, she was just like, I'm backing my daughter. Like there's ways my mom has come through for me as an adult, but I think I had to know her as a woman.
Yeah.
Like that's why I do feel for girls that aren't able to repair their relationships with their mothers into womanhood. Because it's like, it's never that same, but like getting to know my mother as a woman has created this bond. But I know for some other girls, that's not the case. And so it's not that the mother was the biggest bully. It's just like your mom was 28 and didn't know what the hell she was doing, right?
She couldn't clap for you because she couldn't even know how to clap for herself.
And her voice to you was her internal voice to herself. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so sometimes, you know, I say that, I'll speak more generally to like Nigerian culture.
My people.
Your people, your Igbo and Yoruba people and Hausa people and Edo people. I don't want to forget anyone in Yoruba people.
Call out everybody, child.
Everyone. But it's just that like there's a lot of arrested development because a lot of the women got married young.
There's a lot of, that's one thing too. There's also a lot of internalized shame. Which is why when you have permission from the woman who's raised you to not be ashamed. Yeah. Again, you guys know I love a study. One of the studies that I was looking up about parenting, because a lot of my friends are at the age now where they want to have kids or they're like, should I have one more child before I stop? And they were able to quantify that the number one thing that proves that a child will grow up to be healthy is how happy their mother is. Yeah. Not how supportive their mother is, how happy their mother is. Yeah. Because we think mothering is about being selfless. No, mothers who are good to themselves and who can center themselves and be okay, signal to all of their children, male and female alike, you're allowed to do the same.
And to speak to like Black motherhood specifically, because of the world we live in, because of the culture we're in, it's really hard for Black mothers to be happy. Almost impossible. And I mean like happy in deeply rooted ways. I'm not talking about self-care. I'm not talking about a holiday.
It's bigger than a bubble bath.
It's bigger than a bubble bath and a spa. It's your embodied day-to-day lived experience. Yeah. Not just how you're treated in the home, but how you're treated in the world. And I think for a lot of, it's not unique to Black mothers, but women, people don't see your humanity. And that dehumanization deepens the darker the tone of your skin is. Yeah. And so like that happiness doesn't exist for a lot of Black mothers, not because they don't want to be. It's just the world makes it very difficult.
We're supposed to be the mammies of society. And so how dare you center yourself when you're supposed to only be of service? And even the women who are childless, I'm starting to...
child-free.
Sure.
Child-free. Yeah.
Yes. There are some women who I think are disruptors socially because they're child-free.
Yeah.
And I immediately think about Tracee Ellis Ross. Because when I saw
very important avatar. Her avatar is so important.
You know what I realized about Tracee Ellis Ross that really brought me some peace? She's the kind of woman, because we always say this, well, the bros say this, you did all this boss babe stuff, you lived this beautiful life, but you ain't got a husband and kids, so it wasn't worth it, was it, right? Tracee Ellis Ross is fascinating to me because I sincerely believe from watching her interviews that even though the outcome wasn't what she hoped for, because she did want a partner and children, she doesn't regret any of her choices leading up to it. Yeah. We haven't made room for the fact that you can live a gorgeous life that you're obsessed with, and because of factors outside of you, just because you didn't end up where you wanted doesn't mean you regret the choices you made.
Yeah. I've related to my journey with motherhood and just life. I think...
And you have 3?
I have 3 kids.
What are the genders?
I have a boy and 2 girls.
Oh, wow.
So I feel like God's fave.
So you about to be raising a womanist man.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, listen, we talk about no means no, consent. Can I give you a hug? Like, we do all of that stuff. But I think motherhood for me is like joy and grief coexisting, right? Because it's the idea that like this is such a nourishing and beautiful, privileged thing to do, but it's finite. It ends, especially if you've done it well. You send them
and
off
you have to send it off into the world.
Y'all
be mean to my baby. I want to kill you all.
I'm gonna be for some of the grandkids. I'm gonna be the grandma on the dad's side, which sucks because it's different. But it's like it's these 2 things coexisting and being at peace with all my choices, but also knowing choosing to have 3 kids has been terrible for my career. Just as
really,
yeah.
But it's a very honest thing to say.
It was a hit I was willing to take.
Yeah.
It's that it means that there are certain events at night I can't go to network. I can't be, especially we work in entertainment. You have to be outside in a certain way, right?
Very outside.
You have to be outside, especially in LA. It's like this event, that event, and so much of that.
And sometimes it's very short notice too.
Girl, can you come to this? I can't do that because I live in a city away from my immediate family. We have help, but it's very set times. So in the evenings, it's either me or my husband, and we choose to be there for the kids because we work during the day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so it's just like, it's a negotiation that we've made prior to having these children. So it just means I have to be home, right?
Yeah.
And maybe you could hire more help, but that's money and that's all of this stuff. And so it's made things slower, it's made things harder, but that's something I have to take. And I talk to my friends who are child-free now. I talk to friends who are like, do I go from 1 to 2? Do I go from 2 to 3? And I say to them, hey, this is the calculus. I want to give you the real because I don't want it to happen. And you look at that child and you feel a lot of regret. And it's the thing about motherhood, parenthood, people don't want to talk about. I mean, I give it to the men, they just leave. They don't pretend they like it. They do the thing that's real. They peace out.
Yeah.
Because that is a very human thing that you look at this child.
They're mothers now who are piecing out. It's a weird time. It's a weird time.
It's a weird time.
There's a girl who her boyfriend got her pregnant on purpose to trap her. She said, you can have it.
It's a new day.
I said, oh my God, we can do that? Wait. Now he's on TikTok like, I'm stuck with this baby.
The girls and the boys.
The reparations is wild.
They said, who gonna be the boys? And the girl said me. The girl said me.
But the boys are baddies now.
The boys are we're in a weird world.
We're in the upside down.
We are in the upside down. We're in the upside down. But it's just like I say to people, I'm just like, hey, this is what it costs.
Yeah.
Forget the money of it, because I'm always like, my husband's mantra is like, the money will come. We just believe money flows.
Yes, abundance mindset.
No. I mean, it means we make decisions like we're throwing a big party on Saturday and we're just like, we'll pay for it. But it's just also the idea of like, the money aside, the time aside, there's a real sacrifice for a woman, especially for a woman deciding to have children. It just changes your entire life and career.
I've been trying to get a dog
and
for
no one
a year.
cares. And nobody cares.
I can't even get to do a dog right now. My friends have said, Blue, you can't have a dog because you travel too much. I said, but I want a baby. So shouldn't I start with the dog? They're like, we don't have time for a dog. Well, do I have time for a baby?
You don't, but you'd figure it out. And we're going to send you to either the South or some part of Africa. And we're calling in
I'm gonna come back pregnant. Like, it's your fault.
No, then you
I'm gonna hand you the
have
baby.
To name the
you
baby.
Have 4 now.
Oh my! I'll take it. There's always kids in my house. Lou, this has been so good.
This is so fun.
Thank you for coming.